Will the Justice League be willing to compromise some of their deepest held beliefs if it means defeating Lex Luthor and ensuring a safe and prosperous future? Well, let's all hop into the pages of Justice League issue number 21 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, Superman the White was beating the royal crap out of regular Superman. He also says that he shared with him the dark secret of how the future Justice League managed to achieve peace in their time. Superman is pretty sickened by this, but Superman the White thinks that he's a good enough salesman to try and sell it to the rest of the team. I'm sure along the way he'll also share the secret of how they get the little M's on the M&Ms, or why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because, you know, I feel they're not nearly as devastating. Now, back in the alternate future, a lot of the heroes are indeed warming up to this place. Even Batman, who has been eternally sour, is actually starting to come around to things. Especially when he hears from Dick how well all of his adopted Bat family children are doing in the future without him. Hey, not for nothing, Dick Batman, but when Bruce died, who did he leave all his money to in the will? Who was his absolute favorite? Are they ever gonna tell that story? It's Martian Manhunter who's forced to be a colossal party pooper using his psychic powers to host a meeting with the rest of the Justice League. His and Hawkgirl's alternate reality kid was just about to drop the hammer on the rest of this future Justice League, but before he gets a chance to, Superman the White ends up showing up hoping to make a case on his own. And why yes, before you have to ask, the cornerstone of his argument does indeed hinge on the greater good, the greater good. It's right around here too the rest of the Justice League start to get suspicious. Their Superman certainly wouldn't act like this, or at least they don't like to think he would, and that's because Superman the White isn't Superman at all. He's actually, wait for it, the World Forger, son of Perpetua and brother to the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor. Unlike them though, he doesn't actually want to seem to fight the Justice League, quite the opposite. He's a big fan of justice in general, and he hopes that it wins out against the primal forces of doom. In fact, that's why he created this entire pocket dimension, to try and make a case for the Justice League, a roadmap, if you will, onto how they could defeat the Legion of Doom and Lex Luthor. You see, the way the World Forger puts it, in a few weeks' time, Lex Luthor and his team will manage to create a device that broadcasts the very notion of doom to everyone in the universe. Some will reject the call of doom, but others will not, and this will lead to a massive war that will tear apart the entire multiverse as we know it. The only way the Justice League could ever hope to stop it is if they put their brains together and create a device that would allow them to find the very people and beings who would be predisposed to siding with Doom. It's basically pre-crime. This guy wants the Justice League to create a giant pre-crime machine like from Minority Report. Obviously, most of the team finds this absolutely disgusting, the idea of taking prisoners of war before a war even starts, punishing people for choices they haven't even made yet. But on the opposite hand, this does fall into one of those great science fiction, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few situation here, and if it could stop untold destruction and save everything, would it be worth it? Heck, Hawkgirl even eschews the moral conundrum by saying that this would be a huge undertaking for them. Not only would they have to deal with the Doomsiders of Earth, but they would have to deal with the Doomsiders of other planets. To save the multiverse, the League would basically need to conquer the multiverse first. Now, the World Forger knows that he's losing the team right now and that he can't actively force them to side his way, but he hopes by sending them to the fire pits of Apocalypse he can change their mind. For you see, it's on this new godforsaken rock that the future hypothetical Justice League locked up all its criminals and Doomsiders, turning the whole place into one giant prison colony. It's basically Spice Australia, only with more fire and probably more animals that can kill you, and no Tim Tams. And who could possibly be tough enough and hard enough to warden over a planet like this? Well, it might surprise you that that person turns out to be Lois Lane. And it's on that shocking note that the comic comes to a close. So that was Justice League issue number 21, everybody, and I gotta say, Scott Snyder and company do an excellent job ratcheting up the tension even more than it was already ratcheted up. I always love stories wherein superheroes are forced to deal with real sticky moral quandaries, and this might be the sticky ickiest quandary I've seen the Justice League deal with in some time. In fact, if I was to compare it to anything, I would compare it to the Avengers having to destroy other planets to save their own during the incursions. And now they introduce the whole predictive justice angle, and right there you already got another super fascinating dimension on a story that was filled with really great dimensions. Ultimately, I'd feel comfortable giving this one an 8.5 out of 10. Justice League under Snyder continues to be just one of the best damn reads at DC currently. If you're not on this train, you are missing out, sir or madam.
Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not take a look at some of these other videos I have available from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you're feeling in a charitable mood, why not check out my Patreon page. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. So, until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I will be continuing to make more comic book videos that smack of greatness. Bye-bye.